All right, well, hello everyone. So I kind of want to do a little bit of revisit of the last video, and then I want to talk to you about some more stuff that's happening. So in the last video, after we got done with Quincy's, I mean, we were stuffed beyond belief, okay? And what we did is, so me and my sister and my mom used to work together all at the same time at Quincy's. And, for various reasons, we all went our separate ways after. I mean, I got fired because of, messing with the boss's daughter. But, it was good food. It was a lot of good memories. I mean, I actually cried whenever I got to Quincy's and was eating, because so many of my mom's dinners were based off some of their recipes. She was a waitress at Quincy. She was a waitress at Famous Amos. So for that reason, I go there and I'm eating her food again. And I broke down. So, but me and my sister, we both, had a lot of fond memories and a lot of stuff, just kind of all accumulated to where it's like, you know what, we wanted to go do that. And we did. And that was probably one of the better days we've had in a very long time together. So, and that is probably, at least for me, and I think she would agree, that is going to become a tradition. In fact, I even told her, I was like, hey, screw with cooking Thanksgiving. Let's just go there for Thanksgiving. And I got to give props to Quincy's, for holding it true, because it's still the same food from the 80s and 90s. It is the same food. It is so good. So, like I said, there was a lot more that, was going on, and there was a lot of backstory. For those who have ate at Quincy's, y'all know what's going on. It's really good food. It's very similar to the old Ryan Steakhouse, very similar to, well, it's better than Famous Amos, but, like the buffet bar. So, anyways, I just we were so full, and I'm standing out in the parking lot just trying to make the videos so we can get going, and props to my sister, because, when she said I'm out, that was not planned, that was not choreographed, that was just me throwing a curveball, and she knocked it out to park. So that was, I mean, when I hit stop, we were like high-fiving and laughing. They're like, holy shit, that was so damn awesome. So, the video wasn't what I had in my mind, but, after eating and, the drive, and knowing that we had to drive 4.5, 5 hours to get back to Jacksonville, I mean, we didn't complain about the drive. Well, she drove, to be honest, so I offered, but she was good. So, number two, on the ride back, I got this harebrained, stupid ass idea. Now, I got to tell you about my sister. Other than being one of the better people I've ever met in my life, she is, she's been going through a journey where she's been losing weight. I've been losing weight. And a couple of years ago, we had a competition on who can lose the most weight. And it was back and forth. Sometimes she won, sometimes I won. And we were betting $100 every month when we went to my mom's for family night. Because we have family nights every month. Last Sunday of the month, we would all get together and just have dinner and talk. And, it was good. So we got to weighing ourselves, and, it became a little competition. And I was sitting there thinking, because she's having, in December, she's going on this little running thing. I forget exactly how far it is. I think it's a half marathon. And I was like, you know what? When's the race after that? And she's like, oh, well, the Gate River Run, the 15K, which is 9 miles. I was like, well, you want to have a little fun little competition? And, she's good. Now, she is a runner, okay? She runs every day. She's thinking about making YouTube videos on her running, okay? I mean, she's professional at it. Me, well, I used to run a long time ago. In fact, tonight will be the first time I've ran in probably 25, maybe 30 years. So I'd say 25 years would be very accurate on the last time that I actually ran. So I'm going to go, and when I say run, I'm going to do a light jog just to feel it out. But on March 7th, there is the Gate River Run, which is a 15K. Okay, and I bet her $1,000 that I would come in with a better time than her. Okay, and just to show you my money in my mouth, there's my stack. I just counted it out. That's $1,000 right there. It's going in the envelope, and that's my front. Now, Susan, I wish you the best. If you beat me, I am more than happy to donate $1,000 to your lifestyle. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the closest that you will ever get right there to ever seeing that money. Okay? Because I'm going to train like I was back in boot camp. I have been here stretching. I got my weight bench out. I'm working out. And no matter what, this is going to benefit me because I'm about to drop weight like I've never dropped before. And I'm getting back into shape. Every single thing I learned being an amateur bodybuilder, everything I learned in the Marine Corps, everything I learned by my CO, who was a professional runner, like he ran marathons all over the world. He showed me how to run, and when I was in the Marine Corps, and a little bit out of the Marine Corps, I used to run a lot, okay? Now, I know that I'm going to struggle, okay? I have no delusions of that. I'm going to hurt more than I've hurt in a very long time. But this is going to benefit me. She's going to step her game up. If she doesn't, she's done. Okay? And that's a guarantee. But both of us is going to step our game up. And one of us is going to have some money at the end. So I've already signed up for the Gate River Run. I just paid my $55 today. I think she's already signed up. And on March 7th, we're going to run. I will probably have a GoPro. And I'm going to try to see if I can have some, or a body camera or something. I want to see if I can have some kind of video of it. If not, it'll be the day after. So, but I already got my little plan of attack. And all I can say, dear sister Susan, you better be ready. Because remember that 5-mile run that me and you did? And I'm sitting there just having fun and you dying? Yeah, that's going to be a repeat. That's all I'm going to say. And you know I'm good for it. So, and if I lose, then I lose. And I'm fine with that. But if anybody knows me, knows this is my lifestyle. I love competing, especially for cash. So, all that being said, today, as well as selling a lot of stuff this morning, as you can tell, I'm almost out of doors. I got the one door there. That one's going to a customer's house. And I got a little 2-foot I got to list. I don't even know why I haven't listed it. But I helped out Tori, another friend of mine. And put some new bookshelves and a little pantry set up in her house. So and she gave me her old glass shelves that they weren't really working for her. So I got 3 of these here. And on the way to her house, I went to this estate sale. And I found some really cool stuff. So this is some of the stuff here. Is this all of it? Here, let me go here. So I found this mid-century modern vintage. It's Sears. It was marketed under different names, but it's a 360 degree. See a little fan in there? It has a little funnel here, and it blows up and out. But it's a 360 degree fan. They're selling for, you know, with shipping around $100. So some are selling for $20 with $70 shipping. Some are selling for $70 with $25 shipping. Figure $100 on it. But when I plug it up, it feels like the motor's gummed up. Like it'll spin, but it don't spin like it should. So I'm going to take it all apart. I might make a video on that, but I'm going to clean out the motor and get all that taken care of. And there may be a resistor that's going bad. And I'm going to, once I take it apart, I'll get the part number, see if I can order one of them. But I'm going to take it apart, clean it, put it back together. We'll see if it works. They actually gave it to us because it didn't work. And then I found some really cool, let me get my little here, my weight bench and my weights out of the way so I don't die. But, so I found, this is all like old vintage recipes and stuff. And since I'm thinking about making a little cooking channel, you know, I might end up incorporating some of these. This right here, I bought a whole box of this stuff for $5. But here's like an old Tupperware order sheet, and you know, it's kind of like a catalog. We got the Jacksonville Symphony Learner Low. I believe this is Nope, not. I think it's like a. I don't even know what that is. But this right here, this is Audrey Hepburn, Moon River. It's like the music, and then there's this one here, which is the Sandpiper. That was a thing here in Jacksonville. Or no, maybe not. Maybe it's something else. Yeah, this is an adult love story. I don't know what the heck. Anyways, this is music, sheet music. I don't know how much it's worth. I found 1965, never been opened edition of the Florida Times-Union. Some old, you know, these things here is the stuff that I'm going to put on eBay. Let's see what else I got here. This is 1903 Manual for Guard Duty in the United States Army. It's actually dated, yeah, approved June 14th, 1900. Oh, is that 02 or 03? It's 02, excuse me. But you know, that's something that's just crazy. Now I don't know if it's actually dated. It says approved, so it might be a little later. But anyways, here's a very old edition of Florida Handbook. Some advertising material, some little books. Here's another Tupperware catalog. You know, I don't know exactly if this is worth a lot of money or stuff, but this is, you know, filler for eBay. I'm gonna throw it on eBay. Yeah, this is little the little bag here. You know, the old little punching bag. Diet, exercise, self-defense. This is instructions for a hot point refrigerator. Again, a couple bucks on eBay, you should be good. What else we got here? There's some catalogs. This is I don't know if this is old. It was just in a box. They said give me a couple bucks for it. This is a 20 games of championship chess. So you can play along. It has the little things where it shows the moves and everything. So you move it up and down. It'll show the moves for championship chess. And then this here is some like electric doorbell. I forget. It's called Mini Labs. Again, I don't know if this is new or old. Everything in this house was pretty old. There's a 35 millimeter slide thing, and there's a whole bunch of slides here. Where'd they go? Oh yeah, this is some, you know, Pompeii. This is London. We got Hong Kong. I think there was another one here somewhere. So found a red line, original Hot Wheel. This sells for anywhere from 10 to 30. I'm gonna put 20 on it, see what happens. Some Union, brand new in the box pedals. These sell for about 30. This is Leslie, before it got bought out by Matchbox. These vary a lot, but you know, I'm going to see what I can get out of that. This is the one questionable thing. So this is plastic, and it's 69, but I don't know if it's actually from 1969 because it looks a little later. And it has an on-off switch on the bottom, so it doesn't do anything. And I don't know if, you know, there was a little pin here for like a track or something, you know, but it's something different. And then this here is not a Tootsie toy. Very interesting. I think it might be German, but I couldn't find a stamp on it anywhere. So anyways, and then this is from, I believe, the 90s, but it's an Oldsmobile 442. Yeah, something different. All right, more stuff. We got a whole collection of Boy Scouts, anywhere from I think the oldest one is from the 30s up to the 90s, but these are all scout handbooks and little different scout things. I got some yearbooks from North Carolina and Florida State, and these are 40s and 50s. Let's see what else. Oh, this is the glass and the stuff for the shelves. These are some old, well, I shouldn't say old, they're vintage cards. And these are kind of cool. I looked them up online. They're, you know, they go for like $3 to $10 a piece, but it's, come on, focus. Anyways, it's Rustcraft. And, you know, some of these sell for crazy money, but, you know, you get a couple bucks. I'm going to do some bundle deals on eBay. And then, like, here's a Subway guide. This box here is full of veterans postcards. There's a bunch of stuff here from New York, like Salvador Dali and little postcard, but it's, you know, all pretty old stuff here. And then, yeah, this one here, I believe, was the 1930s. Where'd it go? Hold on. Where'd the... Yeah, that's a history. I seen a date on here. Yep, copyright 1937. History of the Boy Scouts, which they have been pretty much dismantled by half of our government. So, anyways, found some really cool things. I thought there was something else I bought, but I don't know where I put it. So, but this, like I said, just this little collection right here is going to make me, this is profit, just in, not even the books, but just this, maybe this, that's profit right there. So, and then I got everything else just to have some fun, throw some stuff out there, see what happens. I don't know what these are going to run. So, and then tomorrow, after running both tonight and tomorrow morning, so I'm going to come in here and get this place cleaned up. And my sole purpose is to get the back room, every tote back there, done, priced, and either packed up to go to the flea market on Sunday or on the shelves here and on Marketplace. So I'm here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Just concentrate on getting this place taken care of, and then Thursday's Thanksgiving. So, oh, and no garage sale this Friday. So if you're listening to this, because it's Black Friday, I will not be having a Friday sale. I will be entertaining anybody who wants to pick something up off Marketplace, but I'm not going to just sit here all day Friday. So in fact, my plan is to going over to the studio, enclosing the back porch and getting that set up as my arts and crafts room. So, but anyways, and that's my last little haul from Salvation Army, just picking up some trench coats and some nice jackets and little things there. So, which I'm going to start running, lose weight, and try to stop shopping. But that's the only fun thing I do, is go out and find little deals and little treasures. And which I think everything here, I think there's another box somewhere that I put down and don't know where I put it. But I think I spent like $70 for all this. So I really can't complain. You know, and plus it's cool stuff that I'm going to go through, and it's going to be a lot of filler on eBay, which tonight after I run, I'm getting the new phone hooked up with the eBay account, and yeah. So, because I want to do some videos about eBay and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, just kind of do some update and become a professional on there too, because I'm a professional everywhere else. Anyways, that's it for now. Peace, love, money. I'm out.